thing to be original, but it's a unique thing to be original. I could keep changing me, I could keep changing me, but it's a unique thing to be original, but it's a unique thing to be.
Time, weather, and
Fuck out of here.
Happy Halloween, y'all. And we are live. Let me bring everybody in here. Welcome to the Fuck Outta Here podcast. You know, Halloween is my birthday. Everybody say what's up.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's up?
Yeah, so today is Wicked Wednesday. Let's put it up on the screen. I mean, everything's going exactly as planned. You know what I'm saying? Halloween coming up. It's the perfect time to jump off the first Wicked Wednesday. We had our first Firewater Friday. Okay.
That was hot.
We had our Motivation Monday. And now we got Wicked Wednesday. So we're going to get into this, y'all. Halloween is on the way. 10 days to my birthday. Halloween, baby. Pardon me, I look over here to see everybody and what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? But the other day, y'all heard about Young Buck's lady.
Speak on it.
Lady or a lady man?
Oh, shit. It's getting deep
No, I'm
already.
sorry, allegedly. I'm sorry, allegedly. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't think that's what I witnessed.
Okay, well, tell us about it.
Well, his lady, she was
Yes.
arrested. Okay. There's a little footage for allegedly, okay, busting the heat at Young Buck. Okay, bucking at Young Buck while he was pulling out the driveway. Who the fuck knows what's going on? It was such a beautiful neighborhood, big ass houses. I don't know what the fuck is going on with people.
Wow.
I don't get it. You know, trouble in paradise. It never fails. But that's not what the fuck we talking about on Wicked Wednesday. I'm just saying, I just saw that shit. I thought it was crazy. Okay. You know, we start this show off with our Fuck Outta Here segment. So let's get into it.
Man.
Who remembers the 13-year-old young lady? I ain't even gonna say young lady, child. The 13-year-old child, okay, that made Tekashi 6ix9ine famous.
I don't remember at all.
Yes, we heard a lot of talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine's past on his introduction when we were finding out who this SoundCloud rap king was, right? And we heard a lot about pedophilia at that time. He went on the Breakfast Club, right? He went on Academic's personal show where they sat down and he interviewed an artist for the first time ever, okay? And they became best friends. We all know the history there, right? But either way, he went on the Breakfast Club. He somehow had gotten himself out of prison and he was able to make Charlemagne look like an idiot and made himself a few fans. But, you know, the way things work out nowadays are a little different. You can't just run from your past. And that kind of is the theme of this show, right? Shit coming back to bite you in the ass, Bill Cosby style, okay?
Yeah.
It almost never ends, okay? So, you know, you're moving along the road. And sometimes you get a little bit
Stupid.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah, you stupid.
That's what happens
That is hilarious.
in the past. You know what I'm saying? But then it comes back because it doesn't ever end there, right? You can call it karma, you can call it what you want. It goes like that. You know what I'm saying? You just, the lady hit the man, ran him over, peel off, turn up the classical music. Right?
Right.
But then,
You're seeing things, bitch.
that's how you start feeling. Because the shit just starts coming back. It's Wicked Wednesday, y'all. We got to kick it off right. The 13-year-old is back to sue. Okay? The criminal justice system is shit. You're not going to get. You're not going to get people put behind bars.
Wow.
The justice system is shit. But you can sue. Personal lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? They come back. And they come back with a vengeance. She's back like, thanks for the ride, lady.
All right, lady.
Wow.
So she putting him in court, okay? And they have filed a suit against Tekashi 6ix9ine. So here we are, the beginning of the decline. When he first got out of prison, okay, after serving his, 1 year?
Yep.
Yeah, I think about 1 year.
Did about a year, okay? Thought he was going to be the biggest rapper on earth. His album, Flip Floppity Dip Doppity, died, right, on arrival. Didn't make it. So he started pointing fingers at other artists like, you didn't sell shit either.
Snitch.
So when you're coming down is when it all starts to happen, right? Bill Cosby, it all started to rain on him around the time that he hit about 99 years old. You know what I'm saying? They catch you on the way down. On the way out. So that's Tekashi 6ix9ine. What do you think he's going to do? Think he's going to win this suit? Can he re-snitch or unsnitch himself out of this one?
Well,
That's about it.
I'll put it this way. When you burn so many bridges and hate on so many people, like you said, karma is a bitch. It's going to come back and bite you in the ass sooner or later. Maybe this is karma catching up to him for all the shit he's done.
Facts. It's catching up. So moving on, you guys, because I think it's pretty dead set what we have to say about this guy.
Yes, it is.
Because, he
think
thought he got away like Epstein, but like Epstein's killer had to say before he murdered Epstein in his cell.
Hello. Fuck out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
He can get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out.
Fuck out of here. Exactly.
So moving on, y'all. What we have here is the timeline time. What's popping on your timeline?
Nothing.
Ain't shit. It's dry because everything is about Donald Trump
Everything is politics.
and Joe Biden. Who you voting for? You a sellout. This, that, and the other. We saw what happened with 50 Cent.
Right.
What 50 Cent say?
Basically, endorse Trump because if Biden gets in office, your taxes is going to be hit. You're going to be hit with heavy taxes if you're rich. But this is my point. Who gives a fuck about 50 Cent and him staying rich? Honestly. If you hustle hard like he say he does, that shouldn't affect him.
Shouldn't. I thought when you're wealthy, you don't pay taxes.
Well, they said if Biden get in office, it's going to be a tax hike for the rich.
Yes, that's what happens when there is a Democratic administration. The rich stop sucking the life soul out of the poor and the rest of the country. And, shit gets a little bit more balanced. Some people call that shit socialism, and they're very against it because this is a capitalist country. You can't take advantage and capitalize on motherfuckers in a socialist system. It's kind of like, look, I worked hard than a motherfucker to make all these millions of billions of dollars. You have to do the same. But what a lot of people feel is the opportunities are not the same. You did not work hard, a lot of people. It's funny because a lot of the billionaires that are self-made are actually the givers. The ones who were born with it are probably taught, differently. They're taught that poor people are weak and lazy, and that is the reason why. I remember Mitt Romney said that, something to that liking, right? Is that, ultimately he was taught, he said he was wrong. He just didn't know any better because he was raised that way. But ultimately, that's what they feel and are taught about the average man and woman in the country. How do you think this works? Without a balanced economy, what you have is poor people have to spend. They are the consumers, right? And they're the industry, right? So the wealthy, they're wealthy because they don't spend as much. They save more, and so they can make more. They can reinvest more. It's not really losing any money when you're investing, and you know exactly what you're going to get back out of that deal. I mean, Disney and Fox ain't getting together with hopes and dreams.
Well, let's see what's going here.
The tax loopholes on now.
Right.
And don't forget about when people get a certain amount of wealth, they feel like everything should be free and come to them anyway.
Absolutely.
They should be comped, should I say.
Your little ego. I hear that. I don't really know. I'm just here. I got here 30 odd years ago. This shit's been going on for a very long time. I can tell you how I feel about it and from my perspective. But my perspective is going to be a little different because I was taught differently, right? I was taught things like, contentment with little is happiness. And without that, you can't be happy. So one can dream and reach for higher goals and aspirations as you're supposed to, because the betterment of life, right, is ideal, right? You don't want to be stagnant. Like, who the fuck wants to just, some people just want to sit on the porch and watch the wind blow through the trees and the swan land on the pond. You can't hate on that.
No.
So it's a lot of ways of looking at life and the purpose of life. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Simple as that. So whatever you find to be your purpose, like I said, self-made billionaires that I've read about or seen documentaries on, they usually made their money just because they wanted to help the hell out of people. They want to make things easier for people, get more people jobs, or, Bill Gates with the Microsoft, bring the world together, It's a lot of ways of looking at it. But, 50 Cent, he threw his card in and he said, fuck it, vote Trump. He's endorsing. I think that is the shock that people are getting from that. It's just the endorsement. It's not so much the politics behind it or the tax bill.
I'll put it this way. That is a sign of fear in my eyes for 50 Cent, stating that basically if 50 Cent go broke, he can never bounce back.
Wow.
Because let's not forget, he done burned a lot of bridges too.
Well, you might be right. He can't go down. He made a lot of enemies, and it's one of those things. And not only that, but even he said it. I I don't know what else he might be doing in business, or without the money to invest. I guess that limits that. You know, I ain't all on how he makes his money, but I think the point stands that he'll never have a classic album like he had the first time that made him his initial wealth.
Right.
Yeah, and it's very rare that a person who has wealth when they go broke ever bounce back. It's very rare.
Right. I have to agree. That's about what was hot on my timeline. I think the other thing that I saw was Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez just recently.
Oh my God.
He released a statement. He you know, he went on his Instagram, I think it was, and he finally spoke. He never said at any point in time, though, I didn't shoot her, which is what I would have said if I was innocent. I'm not saying he was guilty. I'm just saying I thought that was kind of fucking funny that he didn't say that. While he got everybody's attention, she said, "You shot me." I didn't. He says he's innocent.
Well, if it looked like a duck, and it walked like a duck, and it quacked like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck.
You know, I can't charge the man. I hear you. I can't charge him. I'm waiting for the shit to go to court so I can see the facts. I want to see the facts, what the witness is going to say. Like, ain't nobody.
Well, I put it this way. I don't know when that video was shot with Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, but she surely moved like her ankles wasn't shot.
I almost can guarantee that all the shit of her, you know, skip, dip, flipping and doing handstands and splits and shit,
Twerking and stuff, and
you know, squirting the wop and all that type of shit she was doing, like a lemon lime, happened previous to the feet thing that I saw with her getting out of the car. Everything is so allegedly nowadays. I don't even know what to say.
Look, coming from the east side, where women got stretch marks and bullet wounds, you got to show me some wounds. I don't believe. I need to see some real bullet wounds.
She put the wound up on the internet. They're gonna have to bring the doctor to court and say, "Hey, was that a cut, or was that a shrapnel fucking hole?"
So you saying that she got shot in her pinky toe?
No, it's the side of the feet.
It doesn't matter.
It looks like both feet.
Look. If she got shot in the pinky toe, or whatever you may call it, she's still walking around with no cane or nothing. Come on, bro. She should be walking around here with a limp.
Hey, you know what?
Out of here. What are you talking about, dog?
Murphy said, right? She's a Bigfoot, right?
No, I said she got big feet. I think she's sexy as a motherfucker. But the point is, come on, man, you walking around like you normal, like it's normal. I'm pretty sure you got some red bottoms on right now.
Right.
Gunshot wounds don't heal like that.
Not that. That was a Trump move.
You know what I'm saying? That's fake news. Now, oh shit.
I don't really know what to tell you.
This nigga, I'm done for the day. Did this nigga that's throwing the mask of the day? I'm done, my nigga. Like,
I'm done.
I'm done, my nigga. I'm just saying. Like, look. I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you brothers today and y'all bullshit. Let's just keep it 100. Look, let's just keep it 100, bro.
Look.
Everything people do nowadays on social media and in the public now, especially with this pandemic shit, is to do everything to get attention. Wrong attention, right attention, good, bad, negative, whatever you call it. It's attention for them. It keeps them in the limelight. You know.
Yeah.
So as far
That's
as the
some real
Tory
shit, though.
Lanez,
That is
as
some
far
real
as
shit.
the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion thing, bro, let them hash that shit out in court. They know who's
That's
guilty
all I'm
and
waiting
who did
for.
what.
The man pled his innocence. You know what I'm saying? It may be a reason why he chose not to, you know, say I wasn't the shooter. You know, I can't be mad at him. He doing it how he doing it. I, as an attorney, I probably would have advised him not to say anything at all. But
Yeah. Look,
you know,
if I was his attorney, I would have said, look, let's say you threw a bottle at the bitch's feet. You threw a glass, like, you know. But he's not smart anyway, because how come he didn't dump his gun?
look, man, it's just that's the point I'm trying to make. It's just too much. I have to wait for the court case. So
Give me
you know,
give me all the facts.
keep that shit off of my timeline. Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
We want the facts. Okay. All right. So let's get into our next segment.
Rhyme and reason. Oh boy, here we go.
Consent or non-consensual? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the question. Just recently on Red Table Talk with the wonderful entanglement known as Jada Pinkett Smith.
You better stop talking about my girl that I want to be entangled with one day.
You better stop it. Will Smith gonna come through the fucking wall like Gemini Man.
That's fine.
Me and her had an entanglement one time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm about to make you FOH.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to stop taking shots early.
Look, Amber Rose was at the Red Table, y'all.
Fuck out of here, really?
Amber Rose. Okay.
I don't give a fuck how many niggas she done had. Amber Rose can get
Oh,
it.
when I'm at
Well, I'm gonna tell you something about that.
Uh-oh.
She went on the Red Table Talk and she said she was in a relationship with a famous rapper. Okay.
Which one? There's so many.
She didn't say. It is for the audience to find out. My apologies to everybody that's watching on whatever network you're watching on. We're casting right now, so we can't respond with you at the moment, but soon we shall. We'll get there. So you got to do some research though and find out who the fuck this is. I promise you, because I don't know who it is and I don't want to guess. Just like this Tory Lanez shit, I need the facts, okay? I need the internet to get the fuck out here and do the work. Y'all can find out who killed this person and that person and drag their ass on the internet through the mud. I need to know who did this, because it's about to be a Me Too Part 2 movement just off of what Amber Rose said. So let me go ahead and stop holding back the information.
Yes, please.
Because y'all didn't watch Jada's show. Okay.
I missed the show.
So I'm bringing it right here. She says this famous rapper that we all know, she was trying to leave him. Okay. She said, I'm done. I'm through. This is it. I had enough. This famous ex, who's a rapper, tore off her clothes. Okay. And had non-consensual sex. Went downstairs, made fucking breakfast.
I love it. Not to be funny, and I hate to crack the joke. Did Amber Rose even have clothes on if he took it off?
Yes.
No, I ain't talking about. I ain't talking about a one piece.
I don't care how many pieces. The thing is,
They ripped it off.
consent or not.
It's not.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the question.
Okay, all right. So on a serious note, I'm a big brother with morals and values, and if it's no, it's no. You see what I'm saying? I don't care what the circumstances is. You know, and then sometimes when she do consent, it might be the wrong place, the wrong time. It has to be a no.
Look, if it's real and it's very serious
It is.
and it's very laid out like that, then one must say, get these motherfuckers off the streets. We have aunties, sisters, daughters, mothers.
Yes.
Come on, man, nieces.
Yeah, it's too much out here right now, and
Get
it's too much shit out here.
motherfuckers out of here.
Yeah, and guess what? If you're such a famous rapper and your woman's not consenting, you can go somewhere else.
There are services, people. Services. You can pay.
Man. Right outside the door.
They will be whoever you want them to be. They have catalogs. This is the fuck out of here show. So I'm about to tell some shit.
Well, look, just like I said,
A close friend of mine. He used to be. I'll tell the story. We were going to a friend's wedding. Okay? It's a good friend of mine. Maybe he'll come on the show and talk about it. No, he won't. He is in that industry. Okay? He is in there.
Right.
But let's just say, we're getting ready to go to the reception. So this friend of mine, he says, come roll with me. I said, all right, cool, shit. I'll roll with you. Go to the parking lot, big ass, $100,000 shit. I said, motherfucker, we do background extra work. I know you union now, but fuck you get this. I can't tell you where he got it, but let's just say he was working for a celebrity. We rolling. I'm like, this man, crazy right here, right? And then the phone rings in the car and he goes, oh shit. Mind you, we are in Palmdale, very far from where this famous person, which you would die if you would die. I'm sitting in the car like, that's who Curtis is? Couldn't believe it. Either way, he's like, where's my bitch? I look at the homie, I'm like, what's he talking about? He like, I'm picking her up right now. And then he look at me like, oh shit. Like he thought he had 10 hours or some shit. Either way, long story short, it was a $50,000 prostitute.
Fuck.
Damn.
He called her up on the phone. She was trying to up her price. There are services out there, people. There's no need
First
to
of all,
take it.
I must be the frugalest motherfucker out of all of us, because there's no motherfucking way that I'm spending $50,000.
50,000, and she was going up.
Look, let me put it this way. There's $40 hoodie rats in the hood, my nigga, that you can get you, you know. I mean, if it's that fucking serious, like, you know, they got probably way better bodies.
Hey.
That's why I say you got to get them out of here. So, consent, non-consensual, you know the fucking difference. If you do not, fuck out of here
Yes,
with
definitely.
that bullshit. Okay?
Definitely.
That sounds like some what's that show? That Law and Order SBU. SBU.
Oh my God.
Fuck out of here.
With that bullshit.
Straight bullshit.
And that is enough for our rhyme and reason today, my peoples. Let's see what else we got on the list. I got a long list of shit that's popping. Let's talk about Dr. Umar Johnson. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, yes.
Can't say I have.
Have you heard about the school program that he's putting together that he's taking donations for?
I heard that was a hoax. I heard that it was a scam.
Speak on it.
Now, you're supposed to be the speaker of truth. You know, you're supposed to be against the system and all that. And you're supposed to be for your people. Why would you do that?
I couldn't answer anything like that. I really
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying, I hate these idiots and these hypocrites who play this game like they're not going to get caught. You know, if you're for the people and you're truly for the people, you know, you probably be dead by now because everybody who was ever for the people ended up getting assassinated. From Martin Luther King to Malcolm X. Hell, even JFK. If you're for the people and you're genuinely truly for the people and you're trying to make change, you're going to be assassinated.
Yeah, I mean, that has pretty much been the result in all of the history that I've known.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back as far as back as Jesus to Julius Caesar. I mean, to Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
You know, he was for his people. He wanted to integrate the races. And what happened? They say it's diabetes, but they poisoned him. They took him out. So with every person who tried to do something for his people or for the culture or whatever the case may be to try to better the people, you know what I'm saying? They was always assassinated. So nothing surprises me when you hear about this brother who I heard him talk. He made a lot of sense. Then all of a sudden you hear this bullshit. So was it a long time game that he was running? Was it the long game? I mean, what was it?
It makes me wonder, you know. I have to look at it like this. If I was in his position, right, and I want to do something myself for the people, would I directly ask for money? I'm not him, so even my answer doesn't really get down to the nitty gritty. It's just how I feel. I wouldn't do it that way. But then, what organization could he go to do such a thing? I don't know. I don't really know. The video that I saw where he was talking about it, he did not explain in detail in that video about why he was doing it that way or anything. He just, you know, he was like walking around in the park or some shit, and he was just kind of like, you know, these are the directions on how you can get me the money. These are the, this is the platinum, this is the diamond, this is the gold, this is the bronze. You send this amount of money per month, and what we're going to do with that money is we're going to build schools. I guess it's just a big ass fucking sigh on that shit.
Yeah, because this is my thing. Is it that bad out there where you got to do everything possible to try to get $1 in your pocket?
I mean, I guess the question would be who's going to monitor this shit and make sure it's just like I got to just trust the fuck out of you. I guess since I trust you, you should open a portal for me to give you money.
That's why I said, is it the long game that you're running? Is it that you're running such a long game that you got so many people believing in you that they started finally giving you their money and you feel like you're untouchable at that point because these people believe in you. So they're not going to question what you do.
I Like Killer Mike got this idea about, well, it's not even an idea. I actually think he's put it forth. I haven't seen the details on it, but he basically made a statement about the a black bank. I don't know if it's a black bank or a black banking system, but I think that's where you would start, and then you would trust this bank, which would, you know, have to follow certain rules and have a watching eye over them to make sure. I mean, the shit doesn't work with Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or any of these motherfuckers. You know, that reverse mortgage shit and everything that they do is just fucking crazy. It's just crazy. These people will get away with murder on top of. I mean, they never allow your parents. Okay, if you hear your parents talk about doing a reverse mortgage, because they pitch this at your parents when they're about 70 years old. Okay. For a lot of reasons. One of them being a law that was created that says, you know, you don't have to fucking make a payment or anything, and they give you all this money. And
or they keep your house at the end.
So, you give them the money back when you sell the house, but you were able to enjoy it interest-free and all this type of shit. It's all bullshit. They end up taking your loved one's house. They will tell the loved ones when they pass that we'll give you some time to sell the house. The entire time they have a contract with your parents to just take that motherfucker.
Well, prime example, I know somebody personally who went through that, and we all know this person. This person can tell great stories. Like, he tell the best lies I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm. I watched him go through it.
But his grandmother did the same thing, and he fucked off a lot of that money.
Yeah.
And when the grandmother passed, he couldn't afford to take care of the house. He couldn't keep the house.
Yeah.
They ended up taking it.
That's what happens.
It's a sad thing, but it happens.
It's very sad, but I mean that's the common denominator. They want the house in the first place. That's why they do the little scam anyway for the elderly people.
So all I can tell people is this, you know, no one can tell you who to trust. You will never know until the end result. Just be careful.
Be smart.
Be smart. Do your research. And, you know, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Right.
Because it is. Right? Now let's get into our music industry guide that we do at the end of the show every other day. Today, we're going to talk about streaming platforms and independent artists. There's so much to be learned in this area that I've talked about it on previous shows, and I said I just have to come back to it because it deals with publishing, and publishing is a very, it's not complicated, it's just so much there. You know, it's like still waters. They run very deep, right? So let's start small, okay? You can find all the numbers online, so I'm not going to throw the numbers at you. But if you look at each platform, right, one by one, Spotify, Pandora, so on and so forth, they all pay a different rate. Tidal, paying the highest. Everybody knows this shit now. So you can just go and do a Google search if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, or if you don't know the exact numbers and who pays the most, and YouTube pays the least, and they're in bed with Clear Channel / iHeart Media and on and on and on. We won't get into all of that. But what we can get into is how you can make a living off of your music if you've gotten your music to a level of decent, good listening music that people will like, right? And you know this because you've tried and tested and it's been proven. And you just have this problem where you're like, maybe I need a deal, because you can't get over the hump, right? You know what the hump is. You keep sharing your shit on your Instagram page, your Facebook page, it's the same people. You can't barely expand unless you're spamming people, and then that shit doesn't give you good reactions. You can build your numbers up, but you get no fans. You might have a few fans, but it's not doing the work of making you at least minimum wage, right? And you're spending all your time doing your music and promoting yourself and performing. Performances are over due to this pandemic. Live, audience performances at least. So, this is where we'll start. I'm going to let Luck tell y'all, first of all, before I get into this, why you don't want a fucking 360 deal to rescue you.
Okay. A 360 deal, basically, they give you a little money and they pay for a little promotion, but everything that you're involved in, from real estate to clothing, they get a cut of. I don't care what it is. You can sell flowers on the corner with fruit, and if you're making change from it, they get a percentage of it. If you make any real money or you're successful at it, it's very rare. People with 360 deals are struggling.
Fuck out of here.
It's the truth.
Oh, shit.
360 deals have to get the fuck out of here. You got Diddy and Jay-Z and all of these lucrative business, these pioneers fighting against this system they don't need to. I think even Kanye was a part of that at some point to get rid of the slave deal. Back in the days, even Prince wrote slave on his face so that people could, bring attention to these contracts that literally made you a slave. Now, I know some people, if you're green to this, might be like, but all of my favorite artists with these deals are freaking rich. But even Chance the Rapper, I forget what show he was on, but, he politic with everybody. And he said, no one is rich. Not like that. He said, and he was just like, when he looked to the side, he was like, everybody on your Spotify playlist. They do very well with credit and living in and driving things owned by the label and other shit. I don't know. You can get into all kinds of things, but the point is they are not becoming millionaires from their music. Lil Jon, Ludacris, all of these artists from back in the days, as far as I know. I don't know what the hell's going on with the latest artists because you have not had enough time yet to see how they're going to live since the dawn of their career and their first two albums and the results, right? Like you have the Migos who are suing the shit out of their current label, okay? Because they have not been paid what they say they were due. And usually what the artist says they are due, it's a little confusing because the label was kind of right, even though they're wrong. They put up this money, sometimes they don't, but they say they do. And so it's like, yeah, if this cost us $100 million, how the hell do you think your album and all this shit only produced 90 million, so you get nothing, even though you did all this hard work? Long ass story. 360 deals, your endorsements and everything is fucking gone. You do not own your publishing. You don't want to be 60 years old fighting for your publishing so that you can live because you don't have the fire anymore. Look at 50 Cent. Crazy ass career. But even he said it. He'll never have another album like that. This is it. So when you start burning up your money like a lot of people in the NBA did after they retired, 60 million gone, it can happen. So,
Yep, and that's the difference between rich and wealth.
Rich and wealth. Right?
Rich and wealth, there's a difference.
The wealthy are the people behind the scenes, okay? So if you want to be a person in front of the camera, yet behind the scenes doing your shit, or you got a team, helping you out with the shit, you want to study your publishing, your writing, if you can write for other people. That's where a lot of the money is. So let me get into the small details, right? It's all about, from my perspective, from what I've made money from for years deals with one thing: reinvesting and watching the numbers, right? So there's AdSense, Google AdSense, which I don't mess with anymore, but you can use it. I have been banned. They don't like me. Okay. We'll get into that on another episode when I'm ready to put the whole show up for risk.
Well, can we wait till we on our 100th episode before you do that?
Wait till at least we got 100,000 subscribers that'll see this shit happen. In the meantime, start with one. Pick one that you really like. I had a lot of friends and stuff like that from high school, and some of my hardcore fans from overseas that hit me and say, or I reached out to a lot of people and I spent money to do it, and they would say, you know, I listen on this platform or that platform. I spent thousands of dollars reaching to a country that did not even have any of these platforms. You really got to put yourself out there and spend money, invest in yourself. But the point is, in 3 months, after you've put $500 into advertising your music on the Spotify platform, okay, there's more than one way. Spotify charges $250 just to get started, but there's a back door to it. Do the research. I don't have the information here, but the point is, you're advertising on Spotify. You see what kind of numbers you get back. You probably won't get very much. That's the reason why I go to Pandora. Okay? Advertise on Instagram to your Pandora. Advertise on Pandora. Advertise on websites that have heavy traffic for people that you would think would listen to your kind of music. You see what I'm saying? That's where you put your money.
All right.
3 months, you'll see the numbers. Send it in the mail. Got your ASCAP and your BMI right. Get your soundexchange.com. They do your digital rights, royalties, mechanical. Okay? Soundexchange.com. ASCAP, BMI, right? Look at your numbers in detail. CD Baby does a very good job of allowing you to see it, you know, online in detail, in real time. Okay, so you don't have to wait the 3 months. Whatever your numbers are and what your check is 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, right? And you invested 1,000. Double your investment, you're gonna double your check. It's as simple as that, honestly. But with fresh music, with a fresh video, right? Till you got about 4 hot ones, and keep those spinning and churning. But you have to be kind of the farmer of your own talent and your own music and your own assets, your own publishing. You're the publisher, okay? This is why people give up a giant percentage, if not all of their publishing, right? Because that's where all the money is. That's where you're gonna get it back. Keep reinvesting it, doubling it until you're spending $5,000, you know, every 2 months. It'll be worth it because you have it coming back to you. $10,000, $50,000, and you can invest, you know, 40 of that. Not a small amount, because you want to keep going higher and higher. Those are my methods. Try it out. Tell me how it works on a small level. Try it with $500. I wouldn't go any lower than that. You're bullshitting yourself. If you're not going to invest more than $500 in your shit, you in the wrong industry.
Definitely.
What do y'all think about that?
I ain't spoke real.
Did I miss
Right.
something?
I mean, but I've seen it, and I've seen how it works. And you're right. You know, you have to invest in whatever you do. I will also tell, if you start a company, you must incorporate. You must make sure that you own your business and own your name and own your image, and whatever you do, you need to make sure that you own it.
Pay attention to the trends. We saw a big, huge argument over the #1 spot between Nicki Minaj and Travis Scott. She was saying, you know, I had the
Yeah.
number one spot. You sold merchandise. I sold albums. So what you should do is sell merchandise.
Boom.
Yeah. But just know that once you sell merchandise, if you're in the music game, that does not count towards record sales.
Hey,
Nope,
but
but you're making money. That's all that matters.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
didn't she just do a thing with some shoes, or was that Cardi B?
A lot of people doing fashion. I know Rihanna is basically the queen right now. with,
Yeah, everybody
line.
everybody is making money doing endorsements. It's very rare that you have people like Adele and, you know what I'm saying, Sam Worthington and all these people that are selling physical copies and getting rich.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's always another hustle.
You know. Now, you know what I do see in the future? I do see streaming dying because it's too easy to cheat the numbers and too many people are catching on. Sooner or later, you're going to have to go back to buying physical copies of something.
I honestly believe that the industry is doing it on purpose because they need to bring it back because it's dying. So, I mean, if I were the industry, I would definitely sabotage it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that when I had a website, a lot of people who were on the opposite side of what we were trying to do would click on my ads, right? That's how they destroyed my AdSense, okay? So I'm pretty sure if you were to flood your own videos with fake shit, like what we saw with Tekashi 6ix9ine, if you overly do it, they're gonna start canceling that shit out because nobody wants to write a check and your shit's not real and legitimate. Okay, so I think this has been happening for years with that intent because they're not really making any money. If you put in $1 million worth of fake views and shit like that on your YouTube or on their Universal Music Group channels and shit like that, I mean, YouTube ain't paying shit. So if anything, you're losing money. So why would you do it? It has to be some ulterior motive. I don't know. I'm just saying. Could be. I remember there was a huge gripe that Dr. Dre's friend, Mr. Jimmy Iovine, had with YouTube. You remember
Yes.
that? What was that about?
Well, it was YouTube. It was actually YouTube. And what's the sharing site that first started all this shit and it died?
The sharing site. You talking about not Napster?
Yeah, Napster.
Okay.
It all started with Napster.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
And Jimmy Iovine said this is going to be a major problem.
So recently, I think it was about a few years ago at this point, YouTube was able to be considered for charts. And Jimmy Iovine said this shit is getting out of hand.
It is because
he sued.
Because you got people who can have content with this bullshit on it, have 20 million views and get paid.
Absolutely.
And be counted on the charts.
So what are you to do in an industry like this? You know, everything is payola. Everything is one company in bed with another paying themselves or paying each other. It's just recycling money and it's not going anywhere, you know, like with Iggy Azalea. Clear Channel. Damn, I don't even want to get out. I do not want to talk about that.
Look, this is my thing. If they want you in the industry bad
major
enough,
payola, y'all.
look, if they want you in the industry bad enough, films, movies, whatever the case may be, or
I was on set
industry,
with Iggy Azalea on the Fast and Furious 7, 10.
but this,
Fuck. What number they
but
on
this is
right
my
now?
thing. I don't know 100, but look, this is the thing, bro. If they want to throw money behind you, win, lose, or draw, failure or not, if they want to throw money behind you, they're going to throw so much money behind you to the point where if they can't do shit with you, they'll still try it. Remember, they redid her whole album and put it back out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. T.I. had to go ahead and just say, yeah, she actually ain't a part of my label. They just using the name.
Yeah.
And,
so
they paid me to come out and kind of represent her a little bit. But
yeah, so this is my thing. So if they wanted to put out us, you know what I'm saying? Now, we make good music and we have quality shit. But the point is if they want to throw $20 million behind us, they can do it with no problem.
I remember Mac Miller had a deal. He was independent for a very long time. He was doing things that didn't seem very independent. And he went ahead and said, you know, it made sense for him because they offered $10 million and, you know, he wasn't going to make that for some years. And then they would take care of everything, the touring and all the type of hard work shit that they were doing. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. That dude actually did very well for himself as an independent artist before.
And had skills. And had lyrical skills.
He was a real hip hopper. He was a real hip hopper. Mm-hmm. The other one is Tekashi.
Yeah, I mean, this man did his own tour and made millions.
Millions.
And still independent and still won't sign a deal.
There are great examples out there, y'all, for people who you can follow that have done very well independently. We'll talk more about it. I'll bring my notes and I can kind of give you some specific things that you can do to make sure that you're making money. Because that's, at this point, shit. I feel sorry for people who are just purely artists, because in this generation, this is what we're missing, right? What we're missing is art. Art is dying like a motherfucker. It's all about hustle and business and money, and you need those too, but we need those people who just don't give a fuck, right?
Exactly.
That just are about the art, and we can sit back and love that shit.
And don't be afraid to call motherfuckers bluff. When people come at us talking about, oh, how's your numbers and this music and that music and that, and after a while, you have to call them bluff. Like, you keep asking shit from all of us of what we can do, but what can you do besides talk?
What can you do? And that's the thing is, that's why I feel bad for people who are just extraordinarily talented and that's it. They're just gifted and that's it. You have to now run around with your camera on yourself, create yourself a snorri cam so you can film yourself on videos or go get you a team. You need to learn marketing. You need to learn how to brand yourself. You need to create your own shirts and hats. You have to learn how to engineer and mix sound. There are a million things that you need to do nowadays. If you are just a pure an artist and that's it, you're kind of fucked. So you need to learn. You need to learn everything that it takes. Or you need to find people that can do the things that you cannot do, because those days are gone.
Yes.
This is it, people. If you're very talented, we are looking for you, okay, at the Addictive Television Network.
Definitely.
And,
if you want to submit your content, you want to submit your music videos, you're looking at an independent black network that has your back.
We're all going to have one another's backs in this thing. That is what this is all about, y'all. You know, keep doing your art, but you need to reach out to people and you need to educate yourself on things that you've never thought of before. Maybe you need to become a photographer so you can understand the lenses and the cameras in case you cannot afford.
I'm going to say this before we have to clock out, because we got 1 minute left.
Yeah,
that man, Inch High, DJ Technique right there, that man got 20 hustles. I never seen that man. That man, I thought I was a hustler. And Prophet was a hustler. This man DJ, babysit. You know what I'm saying? Sell merchandise and shit. Like we don't know what this man is doing. So what I'm saying is, when you have a team that hustles and have each other's back and do what the things you need to do, everything could be accomplished. People say you couldn't start a podcast, and look where we at now. So on that note, our time is up. Y'all have a good night, and we're the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.